Alrighty, let's get this fucking started. I'm having difficulties with shit and things, but it's fine. Everything's fine. First of all, let's look at Canada, because, kind of fucked them over last time. Um, by the looks of it, yeah, they need to update their fucking thinger. Wait, no, it's yellow, which probably means, you can really pick either, but the Marican is better. Anyway, don't ask about that. That's a secret. Booda boom. Let's see, he has debt. Why does he have debt? He has a shit ton of debt. Is it because he just embraced the institution? Uh, I imagine so. I imagine so. Uh, he was probably lucky in the Great Britain, fucking, the 13 colonies got it because Great Britain had it, so, they get it because they're fucking colonizers have it. So, yeah, anyway, let's look at the eco. 139 out of 117. Honestly, at this point, don't really know how good that is compared to other people. So let's tag the Texas. Alright, let's see what Texas has. 139 179, he's about 40 ducats down on his main and only real rival in the area, seeing as he's allied himself with Great Britain. We'll see if that lasts, we'll see, fucking. Don't know if it will though, because if I was Canada, I would be trying to fucking sneak every inch of these guys and these guys. So, fight these guys with them, then ditch them when it all goes to shit over here. That kind of shit. That's what I would do. Don't trust me, but also trust me. Your entire country's at war with Netherlands, but you are sending 22,000 down? Spicy, into Ireland, no less. The Canadians coming back to Ireland. What a revelation. The Peruvians are advancing on the Dutch colony here. Fucking. Have the Dutch got any fucking gold yet? None. That is so unlucky. They've been colonizing down the coast instead of inland, and that's what they need to do. They need to colonize inland into these gold provinces, where it's a fucking, like, what? 21% chance of gold and 11% chance of gold? Gems, 21% chance of gems, 11% chance of gold, and then tropical wood. And tropical wood is really nice. It's really decent. It's negative 10% construction cost, and that's a lot of money saved once you start building a shit ton of buildings on it. But yeah, as the Canadians, Truce of Texas will only last 4 years, so I wouldn't heavily commit to this Dutch war. What I would do is actually just start increasing his military power, because that's what I'm going to talk about. His military power is next to shit. 100% discipline and 4.9 morale. That is garbage. Mainly because he has no real army tradition. He has and no real military modifiers in here. He has the Politicaric, which is decent, 10% morale, but that is it. I wouldn't go quantity at all. I would not go that. I would go quality or defensive, or even offensive. But I think quality is his best bet. Gives him a little bit of a naval boost, so that way he can fight the Texans without the British help if need be. Unless they've taken quality as well. They're taking quantity. Okay, you need this quality. Sure, they'll have quantity, whatever. You need this quality. And you can just go into mercs as well. Like, you have that plus 2.5% merc discipline. They're better than your normal troops as is. And when you get manpower strap, whatever, just fall back onto the mercs. It's fine. But yeah, you need that 5% discipline. You need the combat ability. You need the morale from the army tradition. And the naval stuff won't hurt one bit. Also, it'll give you some decent shit. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? What am I looking at? Yeah, the 5% here. Is that really it? It's all these. Okay. Never mind. Won't give you that decent of shit. I thought it gave you some other stuff here, but I'm going insane. Expansion. That's fine. What does he have running at the moment? Production manpower. Okay. Production whatever. Plus 0.3. You kind of need that. That'll be spicy. Let's check your merchants. pulling, how much are you pulling? You got 2%, so you're pulling 1.2 out, but you're increasing the value here by 3.7% because of that secondary merchant. So, yeah. 1.3 up here. Honestly, how much is being kept in? Incoming 37, outgoing is negative 20. So, yeah, so the total here is, they're keeping 27 there. So I'd say, yeah, this is the right way to push. Push up, and then up again. Do you have a trade deal with England? Great Britain pays your entire economy as subsidies. That is marvelous. Your economy is shit. And to get that shit out of here that you're saying it's good, fuck off. Your entire economy is subsidies. If Great Britain wanted, he could kneecap you at this minute, but he needs an ally. He needs a friend. So, yeah. You build a fair few production things, where workshops, but probably gonna need to build a few more. This is where this is what you need to build. All this fur, all of that shit. Get that fur up, get that, because eventually it will increase in price, and that fucking juicy shit. Also, manpower buildings, get rid of that quantity shit, get that manpower buildings in here. Churches would not be building these, and the places where they are built, if they have a free building slot, don't delete them, but if there is no free building slot where these churches are, delete the church and build either force limit, manpower, workshop, or manufactory. University you can just build fucking anywhere, and you should start doing that on like high value provinces. Anyway, where you're gonna win wars against Texas is you have to complete quality. You have to complete quality. You also, and then you have to fight defensively. That's the only way you're gonna win. To fight defensively, fight behind rivers, on hills, in woods, etc. It says mountain. On that mountain, if you can force him to fight you on that mountain, good times. But you know he can walk through this entire area, so not so much good times. Tag Texas. It is Texas. 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 Texas coming in with the economic, trade, politicratic expansion. So he is expanding in much, much slower than the Canadian expansion, with therefore colonists, which I don't even think. No, they finished exploration. Finished expansion. They just need to do exploration. All things considered, once you've colonized most of this land, once you've colonized most of this, just drop exploration. It's fucking useless. Just that's about the end of that discussion, really. Okay, tag Texas. So Texas, however, only has 2 colonists, but is colonizing a shit ton of land. Where are they? Where are they? I don't have colonists on, do I? No, there I do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Each one is out. So that it's 2, 2, 4, 8. So that's 2, 2, 4, 8. Then times by. That should be 16. So that's what, 20, 32 ducats around, I'd say. Where is it expensive? 38. Ah, it's 2, 2, 4, 10, 20. Fuck, a little bit off. Right, it's by that, not 2. Okay, yeah. I got my math wrong. Oh well. Advisors need to probably up those. There's no real. I saw the video talking about like expansion over whatever, like but he's already cleaned all of these up. He's annexing Zapotec. He has this one to annex. And he just needs to kill these guys and annex them and eat them. I wouldn't feed them to a vassal. That'd just pump up the cost evermore. I like having my vassals around 270. You couldn't tell that by over here, but I like having my vassals around 270. They're easy to munch. Maybe split it in half, like 3 provinces go to Zapotec, 3 provinces go to Cachamal, and whatever. Like, do it that way. also vassalize. You could even just vassalize these secondary guys before you declare war on the Kokomis. You're guaranteeing the Dutch. That didn't work out for you, did it? Now because they're at war. I'd pull that off unless you're gonna ally them and wait. Yeah. Unless you're gonna ally them and come in as a defender. I'd just stop that guarantee because it's costing you one diplo point. Diplo points are really nice to have. I wouldn't really know because I've never fucking had them. But you can't ally the Dutch. So, who are you stopping from attacking them? That's my question. Like, I just... The guarantee was probably to stop the Peruvians, but... Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I wasn't in your head. I can't tell. Yeah. Your military strength, not the best discipline. Uh, somewhat decent morale. Gustavian. Gustavian. You are head on Miltech on the... Yeah, you are. Head on Miltech on the Canadians. 172 without subsidies, so you're so much stronger than the Canadians. But yeah, basically what I'd do, pump a little bit money in here, pump a little bit money into this military one as well. And I'd switch the focus onto military over economic. I mean, why don't you have this one set already? Have that taken. Quantity ideas, expansion, quality. Economic gives you all of these. Only two I like are these ones. Yeah. Yeah, I just... Fonts Oh, you love it. But yeah, I'd chuck that on just because why don't you have it on? Then you've got two merchants free. Chuck on here, transfer trade power, and then where the fuck? And then chuck one down here to transfer trade power when you have range. While you don't have range, I would maybe just... Why the Brits? Because they don't have a trade deal with Canada yet. Right. Wait, no, that's really stupid. I'd just be transferring up. As it is, I don't know where you put this last merchant. Probably into here. Because, sure, you don't have any fucking, like, power here, but you can just pull money out into Bordeaux. Like, however much you possibly can. You just chuck a merchant in there, and you'll pull tiniest bit of power out. Doesn't matter how much, it still weakens your enemies. You could also just chuck it somewhere and collect, but then that'd remove a few bonuses here and there, but fucking what do I know. Manufactories, you need to get building those a lot. You need to build a lot more of those. Cathedrals, I wouldn't be building these. Sure, it says plus 0.4 to plus 0.25, but if I'm correct, your production efficiency will just keep fucking shooting up while your taxation might go up another 10%. Ooh-wee! But yeah, you can focus more on that production income by, swapping out where those churches are. So, church here, sure you don't need to delete it yet, but like when you finish fucking building land force limit all around, and when you finish building MP buildings all around, that's when you start switching shit out. Trade depots as well, if you want to try and hold that in. I would probably build this here. Yeah. Otherwise, I don't really know. Your only play is really beat Canada and Britain to expand north, or beat the Peruvians and expand south. That's your really only play. And also, maybe compete with Japanese colonists, depending on what they do. But they just took quantity. We'll see what happens in their save edits, because they'll have a few things changed around. Tag Peru. That is not Peru. Tag PEU. Hey, got it M1. People. Wait. Oh, it's still alive over here. Okay. I would have loved if the fucking. He needs that. He needs that. He needs to just encircle them, take this province, or like that province. Which province is better? Take the fucking Tropical Wood province, and just encircle the Pope here, have all the fucking European land taken away from them, and just own that shit. Just own the Pope as a vassal. Big brain moves. Currently, what's Biz getting from this? +1 missionary, +0.5 prestige. Alright. Yeah, currently this war with the fucking Dutch. They've got 102% discipline. Absolutely trash. Just like the Canadians. And they're only getting that from their religion. 6.26 morale. Much better than the Canadians. But from, let's see. Blockade. No battles? Then there has been battles, right? Yeah, they have. 14k towards your 35k. You've won all the battles, but by the looks of it, you've lost more men, which isn't nice. You've also lost 5 of your ships. What are these, lights? Or just say ships? Wow. Thank you. So telling. Anyway, let's look at the country. Barely any manufactories. I mean, you only just got here in the fucking New World, so what do you expect? Let's look at your autonomy. %16% is the average local. What the fuck? Why is this giving you no money then? Why do you have no production efficiency? What the fuck is going on? Okay, where is this? Is that down here? It is. Okay. Ah, this would... No? No, that's taxation. What the fuck? Fuck is going on here? Oh, autonomy. Probably just autonomy all around, and then it zeros and shit all through here. I don't know. Anyway, manufactories would be lovely jubbly. Also need to fight the Texans because they'll probably want some of your shit here. Panama, no. You'll want to... This is the place that'll be really nice to fucking build up with manufactories because it'll be pumping out money. Because tropical wood and like what goods? What goods come in here? Pretty sure silk has a chance. No, it does not. Tea has a chance in certain places. Cotton. Wow, the fuck is in here? Coffee, tobacco, gems, copper. Yeah, it's still all good shit that can spawn in here. Alright, whatever. Anyway, building manufactories on them will be plenty of spice, plenty of juice, plenty of money that you can then push into here for an extra gain. Plenty of production efficiency once the autonomy and shit goes down. Right, your autonomy is so low in the shit because you colonize it, which gives you 0%. I feel you now. Truce expiring with the Papal State soon. Vassalize the Pope. Vassalize him. And then come back to Europe. Yes! Good! But yeah, let's see your ideas. Expansion, economic, exploration, defensive, offensive. So you'll be getting that up. Next idea group, I would say would have to be quality or plutocratic. No, not plutocratic. Plutocratic would be garbage. Would be quality or innovative? Just, quality. I'm gonna say quality would be the next idea group. Pump up that shit a bit more. Get the mill tradition up even higher, etc., etc. I still have level 2 forts in my fucking country. Anyway, next person, because we're all fucking 20 minutes in. Tag Ned. We're in the Ned. Alright, so they're pushing here. What's the fucking army like? You got better discipline, but he's fucking outmatching you in morale by a shit ton. Probably want to get rid of this leader if you want to try and win the war, because yeah, even with that, you're losing. What's your eco like? I didn't look at this Peru eco, but I imagine it's trash. Because again, just started in the new world. I don't know. I don't fucking know. What am I looking at? I don't know. Don't raise war taxes. I haven't been looking at these. Recruit that minister. You can take 10 out, but that you don't need to. You don't need to. Don't need to. I mean, if manpower ever you got no manpower anyway. Holy shit, you've got no manpower. Right, because you've only got this coastline, and that's literally it. Like, if we look at the dev comparison, 257 to Peru's, I'd imagine around 400. 431. Yeah, so they have double your manpower. You both got really shitty manpower. But, he also has better autonomy than you, even though you have less provinces. Why can't you take this? Because that's Republic. Okay. I would have taken stab cost over the diplomat. And that is really up to whatever you need. I'm assuming. Wait, that's +1 possible, not +1 free, isn't it? Possible. Yeah, okay. Dutch Republic, Honkinism. I don't know. I forget the meta for this shit. But I would go morale of armies next into advisor cost or the promoted cultures, depending on what it's fucking like down here. Administrative free policies, re-election cost, maximum absolutism. I'd do the absolutism because you can still have somewhat decent absolutism. Even unlike most of these fuckers, you can have like 75 while they can have like 50 max. Unless they do court and country, I don't know. I forget court and country fire things. I'll look it up later. Either way, to win this war, 37, you've got, alright, back row. You need to fight him in the jungles, behind rivers. Make him fight you in shitty provinces. Castile has shit over here. Oh, that's annoying. And you're, what? Reformed? Oh, that's not good. I mean, actually, it gives you 10% morale, doesn't it? And you're still low on morale. Wow. Okay. Fighting battles will be how you get your morale up. Is this a jungle? Oh, that's not nice. If this was a jungle or something, just keep throwing men back on it. Keep fighting him here. Neither of you have manpower to spare. Like, just keep fighting here. Keep forcing him to fight on -1s, but you can't. So, you have to find somewhere else. Also, keep him, if you can, like, you need to make a defensive line like here and here or something, and then force him around up north. Through natives, fighting natives and shit, and then you follow him. You just follow him. You walk next to him. You always make him have to walk into you, because this is all jungle and shit all through here, right? So yeah, you either force him to fight you over a river, or into jungles, or you just push him up along fighting natives all around, because he cannot beat you fucking navally. However, the Canadians are coming. The Canadians are coming. The Canadians are coming. And Canada's the only one with a fleet. So I would stop blockading this. And I would go up here and I would try to just find the Canadian Navy and beat it to shit. Just pound that shit into the ground. because even if you kill, like, even if you lose your entire navy, as long as you kill 10, 15 transports, that's 10, 15 infantry or men that they can't use against you in this already disadvantageous fight. Disadvantageous? Disadvantageous. Yes. Basically, hunt with the fleet here, but also you'd have to be microing. This will be a hard war for you. Hard war. And I feel like you can win it if you play it smart. If you play it smart. This is the true proving grounds for Mindboy. If he wins this war, he is big brain. Okay. Tag. And wait, no, we've got a colony. We've got a colony here. We've got 2 colonies. I'm not gonna look at these. Sorry, I'm not gonna look. I can't be fucked. I've got time. I've got things that I have to do. Like int in a bot lane. Alright, trade ideas. You've been getting fucking pounded to shit, haven't you? Yep. 6k debt. While all this was going on, you're recovering while all that shit was going on, so it's horrible for you. You're having a horrible time down here. Only way you're gonna win, I feel, is you need to ally with the Brits. I know it's annoying because they're like taking Guinea, but you either ally with the Brits and fight the German/Spanish threat, or you ally, or the Brits just come in and take South Africa from you, while the Germans take North Africa, take a fucking Iberia from you. Let us see, let us see. You do not have anything in here currently? No? What do you need for that? 50 mil power, and you can't do 50 mil power. You haven't done any of these yet because you just can't. You don't have the fucking points to spend on them. You probably have one here. No? No, you don't. Like I mentioned, strength. I feel like the best one is definitely the Diplo one. You get free Diplo points and everything. You get free construction cost, free culture conversion cost, which, you know, culture conversion cost, not that important. I would love it, but not that important for you. But just, that's what. So in this province, 3 provinces get 1 Diplo dev. That's 50 fucking dev to dev at once, and you're getting 50, 50, 50, 140 mana worth for fucking 50, plus 10% construction cost. It's just a very nice, very strong little modifier, which when you have free Diplo points, you should definitely invest into. How's your gold province doing? It's at 10, good. Yep. Looks like your estates. You should be managing these all properly. Yep, I have faith. What the fuck is this shit, dude? What, are you migrating out? Are you ditching? Like, fuck is this? What? What? What are you doing? Maybe try and get some colonies here. Oh, the Pope is here. Maybe try and get some colonies here. Get like a little thing there and try and get a player to come in and be your colonial vassal. That's about all you can do. Maybe get a Californian one as well. That'll be really far away, really useless. But if you get a player in there who's helpful towards you, eventually when you do fight Britain, if you ever do fight Britain, he can help against Canada. Or you can get this Grand Colombian shit. Maybe get some of the Dutch land, etc. I feel like your best bet would probably just be in here, which means putting yourself contesting with Florence, and you don't really want to do that. So yeah, I think South America is the only place for you to colonize, which I assume is actually what you've been doing here. Maybe grabbing this province as well, just because, you know, it's another province, more land, more money. Bengula, if you want to contest with the Milanese, then sell it to them. Actually, that could be a nice bit of cash if you do the math correctly. Yeah. And then, if you're selling it, you can just kill the natives and not fucking do it yourself. Just nice little bit of 2 cash for fucking however many months, do the math, figure out what it's worth. for you to sell it to them. These are coming down here to kill separatists. Alright. Basically, Diplo. You need a Diplo with either GB, Milan, or someone who's anti-Florence / Hanover, which is GB and Milan. So yeah, you need to ally with the Devils. Tag, well, the Devils because everyone else hates them. Tag GBR. GBR in a war against Sweden. What are they doing in this war? Literally nothing, because they're Britain and they don't have to do anything. Is that an inland sea? No, it's not. So yeah, they'll just win this fight straight up if they try to come out. I would put the naval leader here because this is the actual threat. This is just fucking transport ships. What I would try and do as you would be actually put a fucking ship on Finn, land 2 units here, and then blockade this, and then just siege down Denmark. And then you can do the same over here. You can just start putting like one or 2 unit that can just run around sieging Finland and northern Sweden. Make him have to divert shit to you. He'll probably easily divert shit to you, but still. But yeah, I think best play for you is land on Finn, land on Lolland, siege them, blockade it, and then just free siege Denmark. Force them to give you maybe like Finn, Lolland, and Sajeland, or just transfer trade. But even if you just get these 3 provinces, that should secure your power in the Lubeck node. And then even maybe push to Gotland if you're really feeling ambitious. Because you're already hated by a few people in the fucking game. So yeah, you might as well just fucking go balls to the wall, you know? Anyway, that's a way to secure a lot more war score, secure a lot more war exhaustion on him, force him out of this war. Not much else I can really say. You haven't tried to do any diplomacy with me that I know of. You're just colonizing here in Asia, that's about it. You've got some of the Cape. How much money is going through the Cape right now? 2 ducats. Wealthy. You can probably try and do the same thing against Ethiopia, bully them into giving you Madagascar, which I know is a player at the moment, but I think the player wants to come in as the Australian colony. So bully the Ethiopians into giving you Maafali, what am I saying? I need help. Someone help. Yeah, you should be right. This should be OG. Really, this is a simple war. Only shit you need to worry about is stopping a fucking invasion from combined northern, eastern, western, southern Europe. My brain big. And fight Texas. Help Canada against Texas, cement an ally in Canada, and then, you know, best way to get to Canada's heart is just promise him wacky shit. Promise him wacky shit. He's gonna be watching this, I don't care. Promise him wacky shit. Like, hey, yo, Canada, if you help me out in the long term, you could probably get Rome. You know? Doesn't that sound better? Canadian Rome? I think that sounds good to me. But even better, Canadian Irish Rome. Ooh, now we speak in gibberish. Like, see what I mean? You offer him wacky shit like that. Go, ho, Canada, you know how you sold this land to Florence? How about we get that back for you, buddy, oh boy? You know? That kind of shit. Speak like that to him. He really likes simple words. Yeah. Basically, treat him like a fucking 4-year-old. Way to his heart every day of the week. Have you been looking at estates? You have, but I mean, I need to test something really quick. Someone said there was fucking like 12% chance of gold in Australia. Bruh, There's like 6. There is 6% chance. 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 7, 7, 7, 6, 6, 6, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. Bruh, he be lying to me. He do be lying though. Yeah, fucking meow. Get out of here, meow. Dumb Australian. Australians know nothing. You got manufacturers in nearly every province. You got workshops in nearly every province. You got churches here, here, and here. What, Essex? You probably need textile workshop marketplace. Yeah, switch out the church for a force limit or manpower building. Probably force limit because manpower is garbage. Just fucking build mercs. You don't need other shit. Just build mercs. Try and make deals with Asians to fight other Asians, like Ethiopia to fight Rajput, Rajput to fight Ethiopia, Persia to fight Rajput, Rajput to fight Persia, Knights to fight Ethiopia, Knights to fight Persia. All these people like fucking allied. So I don't know what I'm saying, but you know, that kind of mindset. Malacca, can you actually stay in that fight, or can you get Malacca to help you against Japan? Japan, can you actually stay in a fight against Japan, or should you get Japan to help you against Malacca? Could you get some trade ports in China by helping Japan? Trade ports in China by helping Georgia against China and Japan? Like, that kind of Diplo. Yeah. Again, I don't know much European Diplo. I haven't tried to peer in this season. So, yeah. Burgundian Separatists. Spicy, dude. You got this. I would try and culture convert. You can't. I would try and culture convert these, so that way you don't have like the fucking 10 trillion Dutch rebels going, I don't want to be this. But I don't know if it actually does do that because Netherlands has formed. We will see. We will see. Tag Sweden. Okay, Sweden, Sweden, Sweden. You have 47k here, so can you get down here in a month? How long will it take you to get here? How long? It doesn't actually say how long it'll take to get there. Lovely. Reform Darakuku. You're kind of fucked. Not gonna lie, you are kind of fucked. And yeah, no, you can actually just get here in time, so. A war galleon. Ooh, he's building up the navy, boys. He's building up the navy. War galleons, how many is that? Let's see. A whole 19 against 42 plus 75 light ships? Ah, yes. Supreme strategy, good sir. Supreme strategy. You're kind of fucked. You're just kind of fucked. Unless you get the... No, you need someone to come in on his western side to try and find him, but that just likely won't happen. Oh, a good bit of watered down cider because the ice cube's melted. Lovely. Look at Rico. I'm not going to say much about Sweden because I really don't know what to say, and I'm kind of getting tired and confused. The production workhouses that, yeah, just finished building that shit. You got fucking churches everywhere, man. Come on. What is this shit? 33 ducats from nearly your entire country be covered in churches. Lovely. Don't take this as an insult. I just hate churches. I was abused as a boy, and I hate churches. Yeah, so you can replace... What is that? That's manpower? No, that's manpower. No, that's trade power. Alright, yeah, you can replace this fucking thing with, either manpower or a force limit. So if you replace that here, get 75, or +1, etc. You know, go around fucking replacing that shit. And what do you lose from that? 33 point whatever goes down to 33 point whatever. It's really just not that big a difference. Where did I delete that from? Back, foul beast. Here. So if we built a text thing here, 0.2 spicy, or you get +1 force limit, plus 750 manpower, which is then increased by another shit ton here. So it says Let's check it out together. Let's give this a look-see together. So, plus 75%. So let's go to the manpower here, right? So it gives 1,000. And then that's increased by 200% to manpower efficiency. So it's 193 minus 25%. Let's get a calc out real quick. 193 minus 25, so that's 168. Fucking, my brain's turned off, alright? Give me a break. Plus 75, right? So 243% manpower from this place would be what? Times. So 100% manpower means it'd give you 1,000. 200% will give you 2,000. So it'll give you 2,430 by my calculations. If you chuck this fucking thing on, which 2,430 is 1,400, so 703, 1. It's 300 higher than what this is saying. So I'm probably doing some math wrong. Someone tell me. I'm always interested. But yeah. Anyway, 750 manpower is just spicy. Spicy shit. Especially... Wait, no, that's by 100%, isn't it? So... It says 100%, but it's actually only doing 75% because negative 25% from autonomy? We're learning things, boys and girls and boys. Yes. Right, trigonometry. Fuck you, scientific calculator. Okay. I don't know what to look at here. You're at war with Peru. You can't do anything there. The GB should make you white peace out of that if he has any love for his fucking Canadian allies. Tag Prussia. Prussia. Good Prussia. I love a good Prussia. Okay, let's look at force limit. Yeah, so you can double your force limit. You really need to double your force limit, mate. I know you don't have a fucking economy to save your life, but you need to increase that. Let's go to, real quick, tag Biz. Biz has plus 26. Tag France. France has plus negative 20. Okay. Let's not look at them. These guys have plus 42. Let's look at Hanover then, real quick. Before we look at the Prussians, let's look at the Hanoverians. So he's got fucking production built everywhere. Churches built on nearly every province. I don't like that. Yeah, what I do with all your provinces, mate, get rid of the fucking churches. Because again, 36 ducats from having a fucking thing on every single province, right? While you could have a shit ton more manpower on all these provinces here, and then a shit ton more force limit. Like +1, +1, +1, +1, +1, +1, +1, and then you modify that by your manpower. So that +1, then modified by land force limit modifier, so it's 1.6 per. So 1.6 per your fucking, let's say you don't have a single province with it. We have 43 provinces, so 43, a lot of them are going to be, so it's plus 43 force limit, right? Just that, flat. Then you times that by 0.6 to get fucking, what, 70 force limit. Plus 70 force limit from having one of those. And you lose out on, what, 15 taxation income overall? Maybe? That's an estimate? 15 to, yeah, 15? I'm gonna say 15 for fucking that shit ton of, that 70, 80 force limit. I would take that any day of the week. Any day of the week. Because then that'll put you over the 200s, right? You want that shit. You want that shit every day of the week. I'm gonna keep saying every day of the week until you understand, boy. Plus I can get 40. Can you convert that yet? You can. It'll just take fucking a shit ton of time. Okay. Yeah. Cool. So, what I would do, once you've transitioned, save up for months on end until you have, what is 170 times 43? Do you have around, it's 7,310, but you build them here and here, and you can probably build them a few other places, and you can probably get construction costs down by some modifier. I don't know what modifier. Call me later, tell me. Fuck. But anyway, it costs 7,310 with a monthly income of plus 42, so you divide that by, let's say 43. At 170 months, divide that by 12 is 14 years. If you wait 14 years, what with just not spending money, you could build a fucking force limit building on every single province. Plus, you can take 800 gold out of that by clicking that there, and then click that in another 10 years. So that's 1600 gold. So minus 1600 divided by, what did I divide that by initially? Divide that by 43. So 132 months, divide that by 12. So 11 years. So it cuts it down from 14 years to 11 years. What am I saying? It'll be about 13 years. You can't do it twice. You can't do it fucking 10 years. 10 years. Yeah, you can. My bro. Plus you've already got 330 here. Anyway. Let's not look at semantics. I'm going on a tangent. Anyway. You do all this shit. Click all these buttons. You build up that shit. Or you can invest in the Prussian Incorporated, where your ideas. I'm not gonna look really that hard. You've got decent discipline. You got kind of shit morale, but that's just because you don't have defensive, unlike a lot of other people. That's fine. Doesn't fucking matter. I mean, it does, but grand scheme. Prussia, however, is about to have another 5%, and then already has that 5% here. Yeah, already has that 5% here. It'll have that plus 20% trade efficiency soon. Anyway, invest in the Prussian boys. Invest in Prussian boys. This is what the main focus of anti-Milanese should be. Prussian boys. Investing much, yes. Investing in that manpower. Investing in that force limit. Investing in that goods fucking manufactories. Investing in that production efficiency. And just invest. Location. Push it fucking balls deep on this dude. Get his economy up. Get him fucking pumping out men, pumping out more discipline, so that he can actually fight the Milanese. He was fighting at half his strength, right? And main reason you guys lost, I'm not going to look at Milan. There's no point for me looking at Milan or France. They both understand what this, because this is for the players to get advice off of me. Actually, I'll look at France. I'll give it a fucking quick skim. France, Milan. Well, Milan, sorry. The only reason you didn't win against Milan, you guys, like you fucking three fuckboys, is because you didn't coordinate, and multiple of you have said this. You didn't coordinate, and it was just really shit. You were fighting, you were overstacking fights, which I'll look at with the Byzantine fight over here. I won't really look at Byzantine because, again, time limits and shit. I'll give a quick skim over most other people, and they can message me if they want more. But I will do a combat video. I've been saying this for months, but I will do a combat tutorial video. But yeah. Anyway, back to Prussia. And I'll talk about the war when I look at this Byzantine fight. Back to Prussia. This fight here, this is the heart of Hanover and France's efforts to kill anyone. If Hanover wants to fight France, he has to get Prussia up. If Hanover wants to fight Milan, he has to get Prussia up. Hanover and Prussia if I was Prussia, I would kill Hanover once he's had finished funding me. I'd kill Hanover in a heartbeat. But with France, I'd cut it up and then kill France, or I'd kill France and then kill Hanover because France is actually stronger. I don't know. I would do something. I haven't fucking been playing here, so I don't actually know what my strategy would be. But anyway, Prussia, you don't really have any separatists rising up. You don't really need to keep this army tradition up, and even if you do, who cares? Mothball all your forts. That's an instant +5 back into the economy. Then you get funding from Hanover into your manufactories. Get funding from... Let's say you want to talk to make a trade deal. Hanover and Prussia make trade deals with Great Britain. Get the economy up even further because, then you aren't having to fight for that. What is happening here? Vienne? Why are you pushing from Vienne? What is this? Are you trying to divert trade away from him? Because fucking Jamie has a near even control over this with France. So he's making more actually from you pushing it up here. What I would do is get a merchant in here pushing up, and then pushing up into Baltic, then down into Lubeck, and then making a trade deal with Great Britain. Would you like to make a trade deal with Great Britain? Anyway, main thing, Hanover, France, any anti-Milanese people, invest in Prussia. Invest. That's the only fucking thing I can say. Now, I won't look at France. No, I will look at France, alright. France, morale is solid. Discipline, not so solid. What are your ideas? You're about to have a fucking thingo. Oh, lovely. I'm not gonna look too deeply at that. All your estates fucking hate you. We're using estates to fight him, pulling out the fucking estate, so that way they'd rise up and fight. Anyway, ooh, you want that? Admin skill of 5. Ooh, you want that? Anyway, yeah, good advisors. You probably need to cut back on those advisors, though, depending on what's happening with your economy. If you pull that all the way down, you can fucking not have to worry. Turn off your forts. That saves you, what, 7 ducats? Okay. I don't fucking know. Turn off force march, because you're going to just be moving for rebels currently, and that's just going to be costing you a shit ton of money. Let's look at Shido here. You need more of that. You've got a full back row of cannons, that's fine. Yeah, just more infantry, and maybe a tad bit more cannon, 2 combat stacks worth of cannon. That's about it. Are these French separatists? They are. Okay. Alright. I won't look at Florence. He had a big thing talking a fucking torsion and shit. They talked about shit and shit and shit. Let me talk about biz. Let's talk about more meta things, right? Because that's been the scheme. I've been talking about strategies, metas, deals, strategies. Alright, this fight here makes me want to puke. Mainly, not because of who's fighting, not because of what's happening, but because of how many people are fighting, and because of what these cunts are doing right now. We'll cross a river. Okay, firstly, you don't want them to here. You don't want them here. Unless some fucking, Milanese pop out of the fucking woodwork and come running down and kill you, mate. You don't want them here, because you're crossing over a river, not onto a fort. So you're going to be taking a -1 from coming over here, even if this is a defensive battle. Who's attacking here? I don't fucking know. Doesn't matter. You're going to be taking a -1 from crossing over this river. It's not saying it, but you will. All stacks that come over here will take a -1. It won't be showing it here, but it'll just add to these units when they're in the fight. Secondly, your combat width right now is 32. You have nearly double that in infantry and fighting right now. You have a shit ton more cannon than you need fighting right now. You have 28,000 cannon in reserves. until he breaks through your front line, and you got an 18,000 cannon coming in, like, ready to come in. Until he breaks through your front line, this cannon won't be taking damage. The only amount of cannon that should be in here right now is 32, maybe 35. Maybe. Because, I'll just go over a few things, right? Because, okay, in here, I would have 50 infantry. We're going at 2 speed, so you can easily reinforce, you can easily see when shit's going down. 50k infantry, like Jamie has, 50k. Even then, I don't know. I haven't seen like the ferocity of these battles. He should win this no matter what. But well, no, he shouldn't win this no matter what. He should win this fight as it is, even though you're outnumbering him by nearly 1.4 to 1. Because he doesn't have this extra cannon in there. Your cav might be doing stuff. Actually, let's see. 15% cav combat ability, plus 40% infantry combat. Wow, he's gonna fucking win. Wow, he's gonna fucking win. Shock for 2, 3. 3, 2, 3, 2. Okay, now, let's move the speed down. This, I'm just going to talk about this. I'm not going to talk about anything else. Knights, you're imploding, fucking, good times. Ethiopia, you're going to have to do Diplo with people. You're going to have to do Diplo. The only thing you've said to me in fucking, like, the past 2 to 3 weeks is, hey, you want Ibra? And I had to fucking search to find this. I had no idea what you were talking about when you did that. Malacca is pincering into here to try and contest in that shit, which is fine. Needs to talk to me about Bengal fucking colonies. Needs to keep colonizing here to cut out the non-Europeans. Or they can let Europeans in and have a conflict. Up to them. Japanese working with Shun here because the Shun need an ally. Working with Shun here to secure South Chinese trade, which is alright. They just need to figure out their own deals. Shun working against Georgia, which means he probably needs a Livonian ally or something, but that's not going to happen. Maybe a Persian ally, just shit like that. Diplo is the main game over here. Diplo and just expansion. Knights need to figure out their fucking rebel problems, which they mostly have. All these provinces are nearly taken back. Okay, so, first of all, Byzantine have nearly all the quality they need. I go innovative next. I would go innovative next and try to get that extra 20% infantry combat ability, because you need it, dude. You need it. And there's nothing else you really need out of ideas apart from innovative, offensive, and then maybe admin, religious for all the extra morale and shit, admin for mercs, and just, general states and shit, and then maybe trade for merchants, or Diplo for the 50% extra mercenary available. That's what I would say. Anyway, because you've finished most of your expansion, you've stopped expanding. 26 out of 13, yeah, so you can, yep. Anyway, let us do here. Alright, so, how combat works is, you fill up a front line, you fill up a back line. If you don't have enough cannon to fill up your back line, your reserve infantry will come in and fill up that back line. I don't know if it makes a difference in the reinforcing time and all that shit, but that's just what happens. While units are in reserve, however, they don't just sit back and go, mate, this is a fucking nice mojito I'm having here, nice cup of tea as well, good biscuit or two, mate. No, they sit there and go, holy shit, our friends are dying, and they're not happy. Their morale goes down. They're not fighting, but their morale goes down. So in first rank, it's 3.38, right? You have 6 morale. Your morale, sorry. You have 6 morale, right? Your first rank currently has an average morale of 3.43. Your reserves have morale of 5.64, but they're in reserves. They haven't been fighting. But because they're in reserves, because they're in this battle, even though they're in reserves, they're taking morale damage. So that's why you don't want to overstack your first rank. Sure, you want to like have units in here because currently a bunch of these units aren't fighting at full strength. Like 832, 832, 832. They're all like even fucking damage, aren't they? 832. Sure. You want reserves in here because they will eventually die, and you won't be able to micro that precisely to replace them as the minute they fucking die, the second they die. You won't be able to. If you can, but you won't be able to. So, like, you don't want this many. You don't want 40k reserves, mate. You want, as I said here, sorry, maybe I wouldn't even have this much, but Jamie was probably just moving this as a full stack around because there's probably mercs. You probably want like a 12k reserve. So let's just play. And let's look at the morale of the second rank. See, look at that reserve. It's going down 5.5, 5.52. These units all are about to what does that below 75% mean? Is that just because it's below 75%? Okay. But yeah, your front line nearly broken. All these units are 600 regiment strength, but they've nearly broken. The battle's still kind of even. Total 3.4 against your 3.46. And you should be able to win this. Right. Get this shit out of here. Get a decent maneuver, so that way while you're standing here, you can move in. I would still move down. But get a decent maneuver so that way the river is negated. And when this fight gets to... Let's see. 14k has retreated now, right? But your reserves have been losing morale this entire time. So now this new first rank that you have in here has, like, its morale has been shot in the leg. Just a tiny bit, not that much. Same with your cannon, right? Oh, your cannon. Is your cannon about to break? Let me check. This is gonna be interesting. It should I think your back row should retreat next month. I'm not actually like microing this properly, but if I was, you'd send in this send in that 18k now probably, because you know he's sending in this extra 20s and 23s. They're gonna win this fight, even if you did micro this perfectly. He just has so many more men, and you need a fight on mountain. You need a fight on hill. You need to give up this land and fight him defensively, fight him over rivers, etc. But you seen what I mean, right? Sure, you had all that extra shit in the front line. You had all that, like, you had a shit ton more men in the front line, total, in your infantry corps. But they're just fucking breaking. They're doing nothing. And they're just losing morale. So it went down from your mighty 6 morale to now 5.1. That's 0.9 morale they've lost doing nothing. Now they're in here, and they're about to join in against Milanese units. Like, Milanese fresh units are going to come in. MLO, isn't it? Not LEN. About to come in with their full, nearly 7 morale. All of these, 7 morale. Coming in. Compared to the ones that you have in here that are 5.18. However, these ones are your 6.4 morale. They're going to come in here and they're going to act just the same as these reserve units, except they haven't been losing they haven't lost 0.9 morale. They're going to come in there fresh, they're going to come in there with full morale, they're going to come in there able to fight and not just already like a sixth broken. I'm really curious about that cannon shit. If someone could tell me, I haven't looked at how that works, but like why the cannon is staying at 0 morale. But anyway, you don't want this extra fucking cannon in here. Cause right, okay, when your frontline breaks and he attacks and the 0 morale fucking cannons come into your frontline, I think that'll just mean they break instantly. They just retreat instantly. So that's where you need that reserve cannon. Is when your frontline does falter, when you run out of reserves and shit. But otherwise, it's fine. Having 32 cannon at fucking 0 morale is fine. I don't think there's any damage negatives from it. Yeah, there isn't any damage negatives from it. There's nothing. You just fucking... Oh, he has a cannon in the front line. What the fuck? What is this? Right, because he's running out of frontline units now. Because, he's retreated, he wasn't able to reinforce. Right, so his cannon is now actually taking damage. But you see what I mean. You see what I mean from very basic, very standard, like, set, right? See? Kinda? Yeah. Message me with any further details. I will make an actual video that I will script and I'll talk about properly. But that's just saying, this is what I mean when I say overstacking. This is what Jamie means when he says you're overstacking fights. You just have too many men that are taking extra damage that they don't need to. Sure, it's not manpower damage, but it is fucking morale damage, which is nearly as if not more important. You can win every single fight by like there is one mod that I play with where it takes you take negative damage, so there's like that negative 10% shock damage, like Diplo ideas give you negative 5% shock, negative 5% damage, and you can stack a shit ton of these and get a shit ton of like, I don't take damage, however, I also don't have morale, so I'm losing every fight, but I'm draining his manpower, and you really have to toe the line of whether that's worth it or not, whether losing every single fight, but winning in terms of manpower is actually winning. In this case, overstacking fights is just, sure, you don't have to micro as hard, and the only way that I find it overstacking fights acceptable is if you're fighting like a fucking 4-front war and you're like, okay, just fucking send that in, okay, duh, okay, duh, duh, you know? You're overwhelmed, so that way you have to overstack, so that way you don't lose fights. You don't get a fucking Pyrrhic, you don't get a fucking decisive loss, right? You'll probably still lose, but it won't be decisive. Yeah, get it? Oh, yeah. Unlike with Jamie, where he was fighting a 4-front war, but it was all in this area. He was able to micro every single thing that it went on, so he was able to actually manage every single stack, send it in one by one by one. Meanwhile, you guys probably send in like 80k, 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 while he was sending in 60k for the initial fight, then 20k, then 20k, then 20k. You know, you feel me? You feel me? Anyway, fucking yabba do yabba ding, bada boom, bada bing. Ha ha!